working from there. And then I got messages from members of staff, from my security detail, that this gentleman and commissioners, that this gentleman wanted to see me. And this was around that time. So then they came in. Actually, I didn't say yes, they should come in, but they came in just like that, uninvited. They just walked in.
And where you were in the boardroom, the office?
I was in the holding room.
Okay.
I had actually told my CEO I'll take a nap for 1 hour and wake me up around that time. But I was woken up by this gentleman instead.
So you are sleeping and some
yes,
gentleman wake you up?
On my chair, yes.
Now, because one of the gentlemen will come in later in a meeting with you somewhere out of the NTC, that first person, who was he?
That is Honorable Rafael Tuju. He was at that point in time a cabinet secretary in the previous government, and he just he came there on behalf of the Azimio party.
And did Azimio have a presidential candidate?
Yes, it had a presidential candidate and also a chief agent.
They had a chief agent?
We had agreed that any issues which involves candidates should be raised by chief agents.
All right. So yes. This is somebody from the Azimio camp. There was a senator also.
Yes, Senator Amos Wako, former Attorney General, was also in the group.
All right.
Among the 3 people.
Okay. Let me not mention my colleague. Now, these people, you are saying...
Excuse me. You can't choose whom to mention, whom not to mention.
So okay, very well. So choose the third person.
It's not me.
Very well. The third person?
The third person is Advocate Kialo Mbobu,
yes,
who introduced himself as such. Yes.
Introduced himself as an advocate.
Yes.
Right. Now, you then say that the attempt was to discuss tallying and results.
Yes.
How did you know that this is what they wanted to discuss?
They introduced the purpose of the visit, that they wanted to discuss about the tallying and the ongoing process. And I then told them if that's the case, then I'll ask the commissioners to join us in the meeting because it's a matter then that would involve the whole commission.
Why didn't you discuss with them? They found you, they've come to see you.
The election operation is not the chairperson's operation alone. It's the commission then that would make any decision as to matters that led to the entire election. So in all these matters that affect elections, I've always taken the liberty as chair to invite commissioners if there are issues to discuss. And this is what I adopted throughout the Boma's time and even before.
There must be a bigger reason why you didn't want to meet them alone.
3 a.m. in the morning and 3 gentlemen to discuss elections. I think that was reason enough.
That was reason enough?
Yes.
Right. And you then say that the commissioners joined you in paragraph 58, 59, and you talked because you're not operating a vacuum. I need you to say at what time did these others join you and where did they join you?
The commissioners were on the floor of the auditorium doing what they were doing, participating in the tallying and verification, and it just took a minute or 2 for them to come and join us.
So they joined you in the holding place?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Was Commissioner Irene Masit one of them?
Yes.
So she was present?
Yes, she was present.
She was present in this meeting?
Yes, I'm sure.
Now, you then go on to explain in paragraph 59 and 56, and of concern is where you talk about moderation in paragraph 60. Yes. I need you to explain what was this request and what did they mean by saying moderation?
In 59, the first to speak was Senator Amos Wako, who said that as former Attorney General, remember elections were at some point managed in the Attorney General's office, and Attorney General's office was very, very powerful as regards the election. He said we should not operate in a vacuum. We should look at the bigger picture for the country. And as a former election supervisor, then when you reach this kind of situation, you can moderate results and achieve stability of the country. Then we had also Honorable Tuju spoke. He said that it was necessary that we moderate these results in favor of Baba, and that any contrary declaration of results would plunge the country into chaos.
Okay, so because these proceedings are recorded, when you say in favor of Baba, what do you mean?
I understood Baba to mean the Asmio presidential candidate, because that's what they call him.
Who was who?
Raila Odinga.
Raila Odinga.
Yes.
So the moderation was to be in favor of Raila Odinga.
Yes.
And you then flew to the issue of runoff in paragraph 60. Can you explain?
He said that in the alternative, if it was not possible to moderate the results in that manner, then we should ensure that there is a runoff.
How?
He didn't say how. I also don't know how that would be done.
Okay, what about moderation? Did you know how it was to be done?
I had no idea how it would, because the elections reflect the will of the people, and as I said, from 34A is announced at the polling station and transmitted to the portal. So any form of moderation would not be possible.
So without sounding political, what you're saying is coming from bottom up, or from the polling station up to the National Tallying Center.
Yes, I believe if this gentleman knew the transparent system we had put in place, perhaps they would not have made this visit. Because at the end of the day, the results were already out there in the portal. So, and any attempt to change them would result into a lot of other problems.
Well, you've just said if these guys had known what we had set up. What do you mean?
I'm saying they were talking as if the thing of the old days when we didn't have transmission of results into the portal, where elections then were not that transparent. But the systems we had put in place were such that these suggestions they were making would not be possible.
Did the constitution of this great republic envisage or permit a situation where you could moderate results in the presidential elections?
Absolutely.
Or change to permit a runoff?
Absolutely not. Not the 2010 constitution, and not even the previous constitution, if I remember.
Right.